Good morning. Morning. And say good morning. I'm honestly still trying to wake up this morning. I feel like as I get further and further along into my pregnancy, I just don't even want to start my day anymore. I'm just tired. I just want to lay in bed and do nothing. But it's a work week. I gotta get started. I'm dressed. Lately I've just been feeling more and more pregnant. Like as my bump grows. Yesterday I felt it the most. I was just walking and I felt like my stomach was just like, I was like walking with my belly. I feel like I usually feel this way when like I'm in my like 20 weeks pregnant or something like that. And I'm 18 weeks today. But it's now 8:09 and I need to jump on my day. My husband got the kids dressed and ready. We laid in bed for a little bit and now it's time, and he actually took them down to get breakfast started so I can brush my teeth and hopefully get my life somewhat in order. Hi, Lindy. Wow, did you make that yourself? Wow.
It is now 8:26 and it's time to get signed on for work. I start work at 8:30 and honestly today I have zero motivation to do anything, but it's a day where I have a bunch of meetings and I need to be prepared.
Ow, my fingers. Yes, my love. Huh? Okay.
Today we're having oatmeal and I swear it feels like every time I do one of these day in the life videos we're always having oatmeal, but I will say it is one of our favorite breakfasts. It's healthy and the kids love it and my husband does too. I've been getting him into oatmeal and this is what he's having for breakfast. I personally just didn't want it because I've been obsessed with having fried eggs with a bagel and cream cheese. I've eaten this more than I'd like to admit this week, but it's just so good. And when you get those pregnancy cravings, you might as well just indulge just a little bit. So I have this with tomatoes, spinach, and I'll also add some cheese on top. And it is so good and it's so filling and I could literally eat this every day, but I try not to. Now about 9:15 and this is when me and my husband have breakfast together and we go over our work schedule for the day and how we're going to split up childcare. Today is actually quite a busy day for myself. I have about 4 meetings today. My husband has a few, so we're just going to split up the kids when we need to and just do coverage that way. But this is such a great time for us when after the kids have breakfast, me and my husband just get time to talk about our day and what we're going to do and just connect, and it's great.
The camera? Oh, you want to see the camera? I have a little helper here who's doing her own makeup. While Mommy does her big makeup. Go show Daddy. Okay, so one issue that I've been trying to deal with this morning has been an issue that I've had with an OB office that I was seeing. So typically in the beginning, although I do home births, or I have done home births, typically when I get pregnant, I will establish care with a OB office that I'm seeing, whatever at that point. And so I'll typically do that until I hire a midwife, and I'll just do like the initial ultrasounds and stuff like that with them. Issues with this office for a minute. I tried to ignore it. But it's just gotten to the point where it's just been really bad. So like this morning I've been having to deal with talking to the office manager just because I was, just kind of going off, which is not typically my behavior, but it's just the level of incompetence there was just astounding. When I was 11 weeks pregnant, I had put in order to get tested for a Down syndrome and trisomy and all of that. And when I went to go get my blood drawn for that, apparently they never submitted it. I was calling the office, they never said anything. And then when I was kind of sick and tired of waiting, this was almost 4 weeks now, then they let me know that they had never submitted the test, which was super annoying. And this was by 15 weeks. At 15 weeks pregnant, I went and got at my next appointment, I went and got my test done again, and waiting for that. And so a couple of weeks have gone by. They said the test results are not in. The test results are not in. And so I go and I call yesterday, and they're telling me that the test results were still not in. I'm like, are you serious? So by then I'm just like, yesterday I was just angry. I'm like, and they're like, oh, you need to come back in to get the test done again, which is like pretty crazy. And so, sorry, I'm out of breath. You look so cute, Bug. You want to show the camera? You want to show the camera? You look up. You got your makeup on. You're so cute. And so, now I'm like 18 weeks. Like, so like I have, so this was yesterday, I was like dealing with this. And so when I asked to speak to the office manager, because I'm like, this is like kind of a breakdown issue with the office itself. So then they call me this morning, kind of trying to figure out what's going on and let them know. And just like kind of went off, like, you know, it's kind of ridiculous that like this is the second time I've had to go in there to get my test drawn. Like, this is like just for the health of my baby, and like I'm going in to get the blood test and they're not doing it. And so they call me, they apologize, they said it's just a breakdown with the staff that's there, and they're gonna remedy the situation, which is like, you know, that's their problem. So I decided, I'm like, you know, I just kind of need to get my medical records, because I'm not gonna go through this, I just can't. And I feel like I'm just right now, like, I'm at a point in my pregnancy, again, I'm about to be at the halfway point, and it's kind of crazy that this has never happened to me before, but like I'm pretty much left without care. I still haven't hired a midwife. So the midwife I had with my first daughter, she passed away from cancer. The midwife I had with my second, my son, she's great, but the reason why I hadn't reached out to her first was because about an hour and a half away from where I live, and I tend to have fast labors. So I was kind of thinking maybe if I could find a midwife closer, it would work. So I reached out to a midwife that my friend suggested, and this midwife has just kind of been, you know, I'm sure she's great because I trust my recommendation of my friend, but she's just been so busy, she barely has time to really kind of keep an appointment to talk or even follow up, kind of. That's just a little bit frustrating to me. And it's just like, I reached out to my midwife that I had the second time, so I was just like, you know, it is what it is. I really do need a medical provider because this is a little scary at this point. So to just make a long story short, I'm just hoping that my old midwife can get back to me and let me know that she can take me on or have me as availability, because at this point I'm like 20 weeks, about to be without, well, pretty much without care, because I know that I don't want to have the baby in the hospital. And on top of that, I believe my placenta is moving, so we also monitored that at my last OB appointment when I had my ultrasound. My placenta did move, so I'm just wanting to just move forward with the midwife and home birth. I just need to actually find care and a midwife. So this has been a little bit upsetting this past couple of days. I'm pretty much at the halfway point. I feel pretty pregnant, and just like, this has just like been the most stressful pregnancy in terms of just like my medical care. I've never had to experience that before. So just trying to deal with all of that, deal with working, being tired, having 2 kids, managing a house. It's a lot. It's a lot. But we're here, we're surviving. Puppy came to work downstairs with me for a little bit. These are the fun parts of working from home. Now I need to get some work completed because girl needs to work. At 11 o'clock, I have a call with my manager, just a weekly check-in. And so we're just gonna chat quickly about kind of what my workload's like, what work projects I'm working on, how I'm feeling, and that's what we do typically once a week. And so we're gonna do that quickly. And then we can get back to work again. It's just a busy day. I'm actually up here in my husband's office, just because I'm gonna be speaking, so it takes time for me to actually, I have to be somewhere quiet. I mean, back in the day when I didn't have my husband home, I would take it downstairs and it is what it is. My manager would hear a little bit of noise, but all right, let me hop on. Hey.
Hi, Deborah.
It's now 11:45. I just finished up my meeting with my manager, and now I'm going to just do some post-breakfast cleanup. My husband has the kids downstairs in the garage just burning off some energy. And typically we do a lot of cleanups throughout the day just to keep up on the mess. And I think that's one of the biggest tips I have for moms or anyone who works from home is just to clean as you go, especially because it's all four of us in a house at the same time. So cleaning up and keeping up on the mess can really, really help.
So now that the kids are down for their nap, I'm just gonna quickly put together some lunch so I can eat. I have a meeting coming up in 10 minutes, and then I have another meeting right after that, and then another meeting at 3:30. So I have a few meetings that are just about to come up. I have work to get done before then as well, so hopefully I can get everything done before then. It's been quite a busy day. You know, before naps, obviously, just toddlers, you know, they're not gonna wanna follow a flow or schedule that you want. We had a little bit of disciplinary issues and just tantrums, so we had to deal with that. So this is, again, another normal part of the day, and if you have a flexible schedule or you just kind of roll with the punches, you'll be able to move on quickly. Now, if you're really strict on your schedule, it may not work and you may not be able to adjust, but we've just kind of learned to just not be super strict on just like the whole structure of our day and learn to be just pretty flexible, because with kids you have to be, you can't be super rigid. I need to get lunch ready and so I can attend my meeting. Hey.
One of the best things about working from home, in my opinion, is being able to work from literally anywhere. I literally will take a meeting on the couch and I like to just be on the go. My husband tends to like to be more rigid in where he works, so he tends to work in the office. It's just kind of what his preference is, and so he needs his dual monitors. I like to work just wherever, and so I will just be on the couch, on the floor, just anywhere, and that's one thing I love about that.
Yes. Hey. Hey.
It is now 4:13. I wrapped up my last meeting for the day. My husband had had the kids upstairs so I could attend my meeting in silence. And now I have the kids back downstairs and I'm preparing for snack time. My husband actually has to step out for the evening, so it's going to be me doing the solo rest of the evening, dinner and bedtime by myself. So it's going to be quite the challenge, but I've done it many times, so I'm quite prepared. But I still have a lot more work to do.
Back to work. Have to finish up some last minute things. Just a last minute project or request had just popped in, so I'm just trying to finish that before the day is done. I feel like there's not enough time in the day to finish everything that I want to do, so you have to kind of be strategic about what you're going to be able to finish now and what you can finish after the kids go to bed. Kind of what's immediate for me is getting a request, and that's kind of time sensitive. That's what I'm going to work on now, and then whatever else is not time sensitive, then work on later. That's how I'm going to roll today. Hey everyone, it's now at the end of the workday. Thank you so much for coming along with me. I'm here with my two coworkers. It's been a long and stressful day. Just lots of work stuff that's popped up, you know, family life, children, and that's what it's like when you're working at home with kids. You just have to be flexible and adjustable with your plans. But now I am shutting down the computer and I am about to just try and de-stress, get dinner started, and relax for the rest of the day. It's well needed. If you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. It really lets me know what you guys are liking. Comment below and tell me what tips worked for you, or what you'd like to see, what you liked, what you didn't like. I would love to know how you think, or how does your day go when you're working from home. I would love to know. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.